Please don't call this a spaghetti bolognese or the Italian police will come for you. This is spaghetti and mincemeat with a tomato sauce. It is a simple yet flavorful midweek meal. It only took me about 20 minutes to make. We're going to start by cutting up a red onion. I'm going to thinly dice that. The smaller you cut it, the quicker it will cook. So chopping up your red onion, similar to what you see here in size, and then 2 garlic cloves. You can crush the garlic cloves, but this way adds in a different flavour. The way you cut and prepare your garlic will change the flavour of it. If you crush it, if you puree it, if you slice it, and if you mince it, each way of cutting a garlic will give you a different flavour. This is my easiest way to peel cloves. There are many tricks you can use. I just find this the most easiest way. And then I'm going to thinly slice it, not too thin, because we're going to cook it out in the sauce. Remember to wash your hands after because they will stink, and do not rub your eyes. Now we're going to boil up some water, adding about 2 to 3 cups of water and bringing it to the boil. My other pan is now fully heated, so I'm going to add in 4 to 5 tablespoons of olive oil, and I'm going to cook down my onions until they become translucent. A tip to cook your onions quicker, of course, is cut them smaller. The smaller you cut them, the quicker they'll cook. But you can also add in salt. Adding in salt at this stage will bring the water out of the onions and they will cook quicker. So you're going to add in half a chicken stock cube crushed up into that and leave it to simmer for 2 to 3 minutes. While our water is starting to come to a boil, you're going to add salt. Adding salt into the water will prevent your spaghetti from sticking. We're going to add our spaghetti and prepare that for boiling. And then to our onions, we're going to add in the garlic. Stirring continuously throughout so that the garlic doesn't burn. Ensure that your pan is not getting too hot. Keep the heat at a medium-low temperature and consistently stir it. And we're adding in 250 grams of ground beef. I find this is just the right amount of fat. 5% is a little bit too lean for this recipe. 10% is a perfect balance of healthiness and fat. So when the meat is becoming almost fully browned, we're going to add in our tin of crushed tomatoes. This brand in particular is an Italian brand and it's high quality. You will pay a little bit more for it, but it is extremely high quality. Then we're going to turn the heat down to low, cover it and let it simmer for 4 to 5 minutes. When that has simmered after 4 to 5 minutes, you're going to uncover it. You're going to stir it up, and at this stage you can taste the salt level. If it needs more salt, you can add in a bit more salt. And we're going to add in some dried oregano. You can use fresh if it's available to you, but if you're using fresh, you want to fry out the bitterness of that at the beginning with the garlic and onions. So I'm just going to combine that oregano in, make sure it's well combined in with the sauce, and I'm going to add in some black pepper, which will bring a little bit of heat to the dish and add in a nice flavour. Now that spaghetti is ready, I'm going to drain that, and I'm also going to keep a little bit of the water to the side and add that past water into our minced meat and sauce mixture. This will prevent any water from coming out of the dish when it's sitting on the plate, and it will coat the spaghetti way better with the mix. So adding it a few tablespoons at a time, or I should say a few serving spoons at a time, you're going to add that and then combine it, add a bit and then combine it. As you can see here, I added about a third to a half of the recipe, and I'm just combining slowly. If you prefer your meat more meaty or more saucy, you can always adapt the recipe as you go along, but I'm just kind of measuring it out here, seeing if I can get it the way I want it. As it happens, I cooked enough to feed half the neighbourhood. I think that's always the way with spaghetti, you either cook too little or too much. But I'm just combining here now, and I'm going to let it sit on the hob. It's turned off completely, but I'm going to let it sit there for 1 to 2 minutes just to get rid of any excess water at the bottom of the pan. Then I'm going to add in some freshly chopped parsley. You're going to want to add this in at the end. If it's fully cooked, it will give a different flavour and it'll lose that freshness. So I added in at the very end, and I just combine it through, and you can also keep a little bit of parsley to the side to decorate the top and make it look a bit more bougie. And of course, the obligatory taste test. Hope you enjoy.